who I think's my parents is not really my parents, you know. I think about all this stuff. Okay, we've went over to the second video, and I hope y'all didn't miss out on much there. But anyway, it makes me wonder who the girl is. So then this book is wrote by Sarah Wildman. Am I saying that right? Is it Wildman? Let me brighten my lighting in. Wildman. So anyway, I'm assuming this is the grandpa and that this is the girl. I'm not really sure. It's you can't really see it plain. It's kind of blurry. It looks like they're holding something, but I can't tell what it is. It looks like that could be cut strips of paper, but it also looks like it might be a blind hanging, and they're looking through the blind or something. I don't know. But anyway, okay, so here's the back. I'm going to read the back. Now, see, on this one, it's not the back, because it's just little short reviews from people about it on the back. So this is one of them that I was telling you about with the other one, that it's on the inside of the front flap and back flap, where I got to read about the story to y'all. So here we go. It says, "She was your grandfather's true love," was the only answer given when Sarah Wildman presented her grandmother with a dozen photographs of a dark-haired, smiling young woman she had stumbled upon in her grandfather's old office. True love? It was stated as fact, and with no further information. Who was this woman, and what was her relationship to her grandfather? When pressed, her grandfather's sister offered a bit more. She was brilliant, and so in love with your grandfather. It was tantalizing, but agonizingly open-ended. Now, me, myself, and I don't really know what that phrase means, open-ended. I would like to know. So, what do y'all think open-ended means? Leave it in the comments below and let me know. Thanks. Reading on. Growing up, Wildman. Now, get this, okay? This book was wrote by Sarah Wildman. And it said right here, she was your grandfather's true love. Was the only answer given when Sarah Wildman presented her grandmother with a dozen photographs of a dark-haired, smiling young woman she had stumbled upon in her grandfather's old office. So, to me, this is saying this is a true book and a true story. The author that wrote this book it's her grandfather that she's talking about that left a girl behind. So, yeah. So, this is, yeah. Okay, so let's continue reading. Where am I at here? Okay, growing up, Wildman could reel off the details of her grandfather Carl's escape from, now I say Nazi, it's N-A-Z-I, is that right? Nazi, occupied, V-I-E-N-N-A, Vienna. He was the irresistibly charismatic center of her family, beloved by everyone he encountered. His flight from Vienna 6 months after Hitler annexed Australia in 1938 was at the center of his myth. Carl was a success at everything, but no narrative, if I'm saying that word right, is as simple as it initially appears. Years after her grandfather's death, Wildman found a cache of letters written to him in a file labeled Correspondence, Patience, A to G. What she discovered inside weren't dry medical histories. What was written instead opened a path into the destroyed world that was her family's pre-war Vienna. I guess I'm saying Vienna right. I spelled it to y'all, but I want to show it. Y'all see my thumb? That's the word right there. Is it right? Am I saying it right, Vienna? One woman's letters stood out. These were mailed from the woman in the photos. Her name was Valerie. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm trying to see. Valerie, S-C-H-E. I can't even tell on there what the letters are, but y'all seen it. S-C-H-E-F-T-E-L. Skeftel, something like that. Valerie Skeftel. Valley, short is Valley. She was Carl's lover, who had remained in Europe when he boarded a ship bound for the United States in Hamburg in September 1938. But why had she not left with Carl? And more important, what had happened to her? With the help of the letters Valley had written to her grandfather, Wildman started to piece together her story. The letters revealed a woman desperate to escape and still clinging to the memory of a love that defined her years of freedom. Going to the back page. Obsessed with learning what happened to Valley, Wildman began a quest that lasted years and spanned continents. Along the way, she discovered, to her shock, an entire world of other people searching for the same woman. Now, don't that intrigue you and make you wonder, what in the world? In the course of unearthing Valley's ultimate fate, she was forced to re-examine the narrative of her grandfather's triumphant escape and how this history fit within her own life and her own generation. And in the process, she rescued a life seemingly lost to history. Oh, maybe Elizabeth had opened her bedroom door. It sounded like it. So that's all it reads about that. So I'm very interested, and I can't wait to get started reading this book. Well, once I'm finished with that one. This right here is a picture of Sarah Wildman. And that's the little history thing about her. If y'all would like to pause it and read it. Trying not to take too long. I got other books here. I'm going to show y'all 3 more. Okay, so then when I'm finished that book, the one I'm going to read is this one. These 3 are all Agatha Christie. These are the ones I think I mentioned to y'all about. Elizabeth calling me one day and asking me what Agatha Christie books I had read. So she's the one who got me these books. So this is Agatha Christie, The Clocks. And I have looked through these, read the backs, and put them in the order that I want to read them. So this one will be next, after Paper Love. So Agatha Christie, The Clocks, and that's the picture it shows. So, and this is the little bitty, original book. On the back, Agatha Christie. This crime is so complicated that it must be quite simple, declared Hercule Parrot. And I guess I say that name right. That's going to be the detective. One of Agatha Christie's. I love Miss Marple, though. Her lady detective. This is her man detective. She uses in a lot of her books. Hercule Parrot. Am I saying that right? Y'all let me know. Alright. So I'm going to start that over. This crime is so complicated that it must be quite simple, declared Hercule Parrot. But was it so simple? A dead man whom no one can identify is found in a blind woman's sitting room, and 4 strange clocks, all set to the same time, 13 minutes past 4. Who had brought them there? What did they mean? And who was the murdered man? And that's all it says about it. So, that intrigues me. But that's what this one looks like. And so that'll be the book I'll be reading after that. Next book, another Agatha Christie book, Cards on the Table, featuring Hercule Parrot again. And then that's what it looks like. They got cards stacked up in a pyramid, triangle, whatever. Okay, the back of it says, well, let me show you, this is what it looks like. Okay, Death Held the Trumps. A game of bridge in which all 4 players were successful murderers, a corpse that sat by the fireplace while the game went on, a scorecard that might contain the only clue to a cunning killer, and Hercule Parrot was forced to put his reputation on the line in the most bizarre case of his career. an incredible battle of wits with a master of evil out to make a grand slam of death. And then it's Agatha Christie. That's all it says about it other than Agatha Christie. It says, with over 200 million copies of her books sold, Agatha Christie is unequaled. Is that what that word is, unequaled? As a renowned and distinguished author of ingenious tales of mystery and suspense. Okay, so that's that one. Alright, the last book of all, okay, that I have for right now, and as I get more in, I'll be showing y'all those. Okay, it's another Agatha Christie book, Crooked House. And then it shows a house with a scary face in it. Okay, and then this is what that one looks like. Dead, one rich old man. Question, who killed him? That's how it starts out right there like that. Okay. His wife, Brenda, was only 34 and still beautiful. Now she was rich too. His grandchildren's tutor, it's a question mark at the end of that. His grandchildren, you know, on the who killed him. His grandchildren's tutor, Brenda's widowhood made him a man with a future. His sons, Philip was shrewd and calculating, and Roger was impulsive and violent, and they had both been cut off without a shilling. His sister-in-law, Edith, had certainly hated the old man enough to kill. His grandchildren, now I don't know how to say this name, Eustace, I don't know. Anyway, was arrogant, and Josephine was disrespectful, and Sophia inherited the bulk of the estate. Everyone had a motive, but everyone also had an alibi. So, there you go. That is my stack of books, 5 books that I have lined up to read. When I get more, I'll share it with you. I'm going to share with you all about these as I read them. I'm putting them back in the right order. And the one I'm reading now, which I'm going to read some tonight, I will make a video soon, most likely tomorrow, trying to tell y'all all about what I have read of it so far and get you caught up with me here. Okay? And I hope y'all are going to enjoy this new series of mine, the booktube. I'm going to try to name all of my book videos booktube, and then some other little something about what that actual video is about, maybe, and hopefully. Alright guys, my battery's fixing to die. That's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm out of here until next time I'm done. I'm going toodaloo.